Annakin Slayd was hoping he wouldn't need to do this. He didn't want to have to pay tribute to his hero's life this early. Gary Carter was diagnosed with brain tumors last May. He hoped for the best, but as Carter's condition became grave, he knew he had to write his next song.
When we heard about the fact that he had brain tumors, you knew it was grave, but you were hoping that a couple of chemotherapies and stuff like that, and maybe you can do something about it. But that wasn't the case, and of course, the more once they announced he had even more tumors, I was kind of like, well, it's just going to kill me if I don't do something.
$1 million to repair the damage to this ballpark. The fans would just stare it down.
0-2 the count. There's a drive in the deep right field, way back, way left. A base hit. Here comes a run around third. And Carter, with a count of 0-2, has put the Expos into the lead.
He meant a lot, I think more than I even thought until he passed. I mean, when I was a kid, he was almost everything to me. Like, he was one of my ultimate heroes. Like, I'm an artist, so a lot of artists obviously have other artists as heroes. And I did have some other artists as heroes, but for some reason Carter, maybe just because he was closer, and I had met him, and there was a lot of things growing up that I loved about him, he kind of trumped them all.
His fondest memory came in the kid's last game. As a 12-year-old boy live at the game, Slayd made a sign to honor his hero, and it turns out that sign meant as much to Carter as it did to him.
It's kind of a two-part story, whereas I went to the last game, and his last game as an Expo, and I made the sign for him and went down and showed it to him. It's all in the song, but basically he saw the sign, gave me a thumbs up, and then I asked him to sign the sign, and he said after the anthem. And then while the anthem was going, it just happened to be that I was right behind him with this sign, and all the photographers and all the camera people lined up right in front. So the next morning on the Gazette is Carter with his hand on his heart and me behind him with the sign. So it was kind of, a really special moment to have such a, I won't say a big part, but an iconic photo kind of Carter's last game, and there I am in it. And he was just so gracious. He took that time out of the media circus of his last game to actually come up, sign it, and then years later I met him again at the Expos rally that they did at Complex Desjardins, and I reminded him that I was that kid, and he was like, "Oh, that's amazing, because I have that Gazette cover with your sign in it in my office in a frame." So that two-part story there is obviously my greatest memory of Carter, and it's something that as a person I'm always going to remember, especially now that it's in a song.
The reaction to Carter's passing is a reminder of the passion left in this city for the Montreal Expos. It's one thing to lose the team. It's another thing to start losing individual Expos. Slayd's tribute song to Carter is beautiful, but other things have to be done to ensure that Gary Carter's legacy lives on, because preserving his memory means preserving the legacy of the Montreal Expos. This has been Stefano Micella reporting.